Why I am particularly excited to be here today is because I get to share with you one of my favorite areas of study. And this has to do with body themes, themes that we carry in our bodies throughout our life that started at a very young age and are still with us in one way or another. So we're going to move on now to the second stage of life, the second developmental theme called empathetic nurturing. The body theme that portrays one's basic sense of enoughness, am I enough? Do I have enough? Is called empathetic nurturing. When your experience has been one of lack, a pattern in the body develops as one of holding on against loss and deprivation. The first theme has to do with, am I safe here? Persons might feel attacked by life. The second theme is, I'm safe, but there's just not enough for me here. Their theme is, I never get enough, which can progress into their compensatory themes of, well, if I love enough, then I will be loved. The breath is shallow and the body looks needy. So you can see here on this drawing, again, the left-hand side is less integrated and the right-hand side is more integrated in this theme. For the less integrated, the lips and the jaw are full, pleading, and tense. For the more integrated, they're proportional and more mobile. For the less integrated, the head is forward and inflated. For the more integrated, the head is proportional and centered. For the less integrated, the base of the skull is tense. For the more integrated, it's more relaxed. For the less integrated, the chest and the sternum is collapsed and depressed. For the more integrated, it's open and released. For the less integrated, the back muscles are weak and the long muscles are tight. For the more integrated, the back is strong and flexible. For the less integrated, the legs are locked and thin. For the more integrated, the knees are soft and more supportive. For the less integrated, the feet are long and thin or flabby. For the more integrated, they are well grounded. For the less integrated, the body is weak and undercharged. For the more integrated, it's resilient. For the less integrated, the skin bruises easily. For the more integrated, it's vibrant and responsive. When the holding patterns and traumas are released, fullness and resilience are restored. The compensatory defenses of empathy out of neediness become integrated into strengths of true ability and joy in nurturing others without depleting oneself. Because when the original conclusion was, I'm not getting enough, I had to learn to be empathetic. Oh, mother is having a bad day. So I'll take care of her so that maybe then I can get my needs met. So in life, I develop an ability to be empathetic with others and see what their needs are and try to take care of them continuously, but often to my own detriment, that my needs then don't get met. I originally concluded that I needed to take care of an outside source for me to be taken care of. When I become integrated, I find that the source is inside of me. So I can still be empathetic with other people and become great at helping other people. But when they don't return it, I don't abandon myself and feel like I am depleted and collapse. So I can nurture others without depleting myself. So breath work that helps the empathetic nurturing fill themselves with a full complement of air and sustaining without collapsing, helps them reconnect to the source within them. That original belief that I'm not getting enough isn't just psychological, because if you notice the collapsed chest of the empathetic nurturing, they literally are not getting enough air with every breath. Breath work helps them restore that ability to source themselves and restores the sacred gift of the breath of abundance. The body is light yet strong. It's warm and approachable. The body exudes confidence in the inner nurturing, and the second chakra is restored to full flowing sensuality. The shapes that we are showing here are the general shapes when that's a major theme. But there are people who have empathetic nurturing characteristics, but their shape is different. So we're not just one type. Sometimes we can have several themes together, and one is developed as a defense on the outside, but on the inside, there is another theme that's even deeper. Don't take it literally that if you have empathetic nurturing themes within you, that you're just this body type. If you are this body posture and you display all these themes, that's a good indication that's pretty major. So I, for example, have some empathetic nurturing theme, but it's not my major body theme. The empathetic nurturing theme is that I can receive, but it's never enough. It's not that I cannot receive. It's that I have a sense of neediness, so that even when I always want to receive, but it never seems to fill me up. The role of the parent, indeed, is to give, but to help the child learn more and more as they grow older how to take care of themselves. Otherwise, they're an adult and they can't tie their own shoes. So you have to keep gradually increasing their ability to get and give to themselves. If I find myself feeling guilty because I haven't given enough, that may be more the parent's problem than it is the child's. And there are cultural differences also in child rearing. In some cultures, children are breastfed until they're 6 years old. So there are differences. So you're raising your child not to be only one certain way, but also to be adapted into their culture. So we're going to show a video right now that helps us experiment a little bit with that feeling of abundance, that feeling of abandonment, if it's there. So I'm going to show you the video, and we all are going to experiment with this now.
In working with the empathetic nurturing theme, abandonment is a strong issue. It's not necessarily that it was actually abandonment, that a child was left or put up for adoption, although that has been the case for many people. It could be just that for a temporary period of time, a parent was not there. And the child had a strong feeling, a reaction to that. This active and experience some of those feelings that we all had at one time or another, and to be the parent for ourselves. In other words, not abandon ourselves when that feeling comes up again in our life. There's two parts to it. One is reaching out and saying,
I want you, or Mama, I want you. And then to feel whatever comes.
Was very significant for you and perhaps you felt wasn't there. And the second part, putting the hands on the heart and saying, where were you? and feeling whatever comes up. These exercises are not to have you manufacture feelings or you're supposed to feel something. It is whatever you do feel and just doing these movements and giving these vocalizations. Mama, I want you. 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 Where were you? Where were you? In this demonstration, I used the word mama and visualized my mother. You can visualize and use the words that are appropriate for you. You could simply say, I want you. Some people have difficulty identifying anyone in the past and are not ready to consciously. So simply using the words, I want you, and taking whatever comes up is perfectly okay. The exercise can still be highly effective.
Let's have everyone now lay down and reach up and say, I want you, to whatever source you as a child. This is taking yourself back to being a child now. This is not an adult. This is you as an infant reaching up saying, I want you, and then putting your hands on your heart and saying, where were you? We're doing this now just for 2 minutes. Go ahead and do the exercise now. So you said you did the exercise with both of your parents. And when you stopped, your heart did what?
Was racing.
Okay. Again, that's a good indication there that there is energy wanting to be released there. These experiments that we are doing help us to open the doors for further exploration. They don't cure everything. They don't make everything fine, but they give us things to investigate further.